Hey everybody. The reason that I haven't uploaded on this channel is because since I'm doing a little YouTube, my hard drive has just been fucked. It's so absolutely full, and there's like a glitch in my computer software where it's happened before, where if I put something on my computer, just anything, a video, a file, whatever, it takes up my computer thinks that space has been taken up, even if the file is deleted, even if like the original source of the file is deleted. It's like once you utilize space on my computer, that space is gone forever. Not really, but just according to my computer. And so like the space on my computer will continue to the space that I have left will continue to shrink until there is no space, and even if I delete 200 gigs of files, my computer will be like, no, it's the same. You still don't have any space. So I definitely, should go into the Apple Store. But that's kind of been one of the reasons I've been being crappy at uploading daily vlogs, is because I want to do it on my nice camera, but a 10-minute video takes up a lot of space on my computer, and I can't get it back. And I've just been like, oh, I just want daily vlog today, and I'll get my computer fixed, and then whatever. But you know what? I'm probably not going to do that because I'm busy and things. Look at I'm crafting. Look at all those crafts. So you're just gonna, for a little while, for like a few days, you're gonna deal with direct uploads. And if you don't like that, I apologize, but it's just what's happening. So today, I need your help. You know how I always ask for you for help, but just because I like it. So, as a lot of you know, I'm moderating a panel, a queer panel at VidCon. It's called Discovering LGBT Identities and Communities. I haven't gotten a lot of info on the panel, besides who's on it and such. I'm not going to tell you, though, because I don't know if that's, like, a secret. It probably isn't, but I'm just not going to tell you, though, in case it is. I'm like, you know me, living through anxiety. I'm already kind of freaking out, / really excited about what I'm going to talk about, so I'm kind of already planning it. So my question for you is, have you been to an LGBT panel at VidCon or Playlist or anything before, and what questions did you like, and what would you like to see being covered? You can put whatever you like. You can say, I want to hear about coming out stories. I want to hear about this. I want to hear about that. There's absolutely no wrong answer. Just what would you like to hear talked about at an LGBT panel? There's going to be a few LGBT panels, just to give you some context. So it's not like the LGBT panel, and because there's going to be one called like Sexual Orientations on YouTube, and then there's going to be one that's like a general like Q&A, and that's for community members or fans. That's for like the fan track or the like viewer track or whatever. I don't know what it's called. That's the Q&A. So that's where you would definitely talk about like just really general surface level things like coming out stories, which doesn't mean you can't talk about that in the other panels, but that's just like definitely the place for it. Now these other panels and the one that I'm moderating, they get a little bit more specific, and they're also on the creator track. So in theory, everyone in the room is going to be a creator. So instead of talking to just viewers, you're also talking to people who make videos. So I would like to take the panel in kind of a different direction than panels have been in the past. I want it to be, I think it's meant to be more like speaking like creator to creator, and that's how I want to take it. So instead of like, what's your coming out story? Even though that's great and super interesting, I think it should be more like, because I view myself as like the ambassador for everyone in the audience. I get to ask the questions that the audience wants to ask. I get to steer the conversation of the panel in a direction that the audience would be interested in hearing. So I'm kind of like, the ambassador or the representative for the audience, right? So I think the audience would be interested in getting advice about being an LGBT vlogger. So for example, how do you decide how much personal information is enough or too much to share on your channel? Because I know for a fact some of the panelists share their relationships online and others keep them private. And I just kind of want to know, what the thought process is behind that. Why would you want to broadcast your relationship that's so personal online? Or why would you want to keep it to yourself? And that way, by hearing those perspectives, fellow creators can be like, oh, that makes sense to me. I think I might do that. Or that makes sense to me. I think I might do that. So just to give you some context, it's coming, I think I'm going to take it in like a creator to creator kind of a route, because that's what I think we're supposed to do, and I don't really care because I'm running it, so that's what I'm going to do. I also, personally, think I want to get a little bit more deep than some of the very basic surface level topics and questions that are usually covered on panels. So, but that doesn't mean I don't want you to recommend them or suggest them, because I still want to know like what you'd be interested in, even after I say this. So, but rather than just like going through down the line and listening to everyone's coming out story, I want to get a little bit, I want to ask us some tougher questions. Not to like trick the panelists or anything, just to like, just to create a conversation that really hasn't been had before on these panels, because sometimes I feel like every year it's the same people and the same questions, and it's like if you've been to the year before, you've been to them all, and like it's like, oh, that's too bad. So right now, some of the questions I have are like, what made you decide to be a role model online? How is coming out online different than real life? Those are really surface level questions, but still. How do you decide what you share with the internet and what is too much? Where do you draw that line? Do you think that gay couples face an added pressure to share their relationship and be visible than straight couples do online? Because straight couples don't need the visibility, so perhaps there is an added pressure for gay couples. Because like no one's ever like, I just need more straight visibility, because they can like turn on the TV. So do you personally? So I think I'd ask the panelists: do you personally feel this pressure to share some of your personal life, even though maybe you don't want to? I'd say this year we had a lot of there were some big milestones in coming out on YouTube. You know, there was Joey Graceffa, Connor Franta, Jackson Bird. In the real world, there was, not that YouTube isn't real, but in the real world, there was Caitlyn Jenner. So I think I want to cover, like, do you think YouTubers or celebrities in general have a responsibility for coming out? Speaking of, like, non-binary people coming out, I feel that so often in LGBT YouTube and just in all LGBT concepts in general, we so often focus on the L and the G. How can we, but it's obviously very, very real that non-binary individuals exist, and sexualities beyond L and G also exist and are part of the LGBT community. How can we raise awareness and visibility about them when they're underrepresented? How do you navigate an audience feeling so connected to you? So, for example, I get a lot of messages on Tumblr where people like really spill their feelings to me, or they tell me that they're not in a healthy place, and that can be like a lot of pressure. So just like, how do you navigate that as a creator? And how do you like filter through what you reply to and what you just can't? I think I might ask the panelists how they feel about queer baiting, but I'm also really afraid that they won't know what queer baiting is. So I don't know about that. Not that the panelists are dumb, but some people just don't get into like queer politics on YouTube as much as me, so I don't want to be like, how do you feel about queer baiting? And every single one's like, what's that? We could talk about diversity on YouTube, on these panels and in YouTube, because the panel's it's more diverse than other panels, but it still could be more diverse. And I think I kind of want to call VidCon out on that during the panel in a nice, respectful way, being like acknowledging that they've made progress, but like still, like for example, half of the panel are white gay men. Half of the panel are white gay men. That's just a fact. And so I kind of want to be like, I don't know what kind of question would come out of that, besides just being like, hey, do you guys see that half of the panel is made of white gay men? I don't know exactly how to move the conversation on beyond that. Just be like, is it our responsibility to spotlight a more diverse array of creators, and how can we do that? How are you doing that on your own channel, if you are? Boop-a-da-boop, boop, boop. Oh, do you ever feel a responsibility to vlog about queer things just because you are a queer channel? Oh, or on the flip side, are you ever hesitant to vlog about queer things because you don't want to only be viewed as gay? Like, I'm more than a gay channel, you know? I'm also awesome at other things. So, okay, so those are some topics I've been thinking of. Out of all of those, which ones do you like? Which ones don't you like? You can, because I want you to be like, that's a weird question, Ashley, if you think so, because I'd hate to get up there and ask a weird question. That'd be awkward. Um, Also, what are some other things that you'd like to hear talked about? I'm probably going to vlog about this a lot, so be ready. It's going to be fun. I really need you to be active in the comments section because I'm having a lot of anxiety right now about what to talk about. It's so confusing though because it's like excited but also like terrified. So the only if you like care about my anxiety levels, the only way for you to help them is by being active in the comments section because it like really, really makes me feel better to get feedback and talk. Whew, I just like to talk about things. So if you don't mind, maybe please provide some feedback. I love you. Okay, bye.